What's up, everybody? It's the Tabletop Tyrant. I am getting my voice lost, so I'm going to be quick with this one, alright? So, they covered the morale and psychology. Absolutely fantastic. I've been interested about this since they've been talking about it, and now we got an idea of what it is. So, you have morale. Now, they're going to be doing something called a break test, which we've always kind of done. For anyone that doesn't know, if you lose combat, you have to take a leadership check. And now, that leadership check is going to be indicative of what's on this chart here. So, in the example is Swordmasters with leadership 8, lost to some stone trolls by 3 points, putting him now at leadership 5. So if you roll 2d6 and you roll that 5 or under, you can give ground, which is 2 inches moving backwards, still facing directly towards the enemy. Pretty awesome. Now on a 6, 7, or 8, what's going to happen here is you're going to fall back 2d6, but you're going to fall back 2d6, discard the highest die, and then automatically rally, which is freaking fantastic. And then you're going to have break and flee. This is a little bit more, it's not, you don't want this one. But the thing that you'll notice is that this isn't just the bar for everybody. Leadership 8 and rolling 8. So that means that this fall back in good order is going to go up to your unmodified leadership, in my opinion. Which means breaking and fleeing is going to be 2d6 above your leadership. So you have a better chance of not running away than previously in Warhammer Fantasy. However, it's going to make it a bit harder. Now I'm wondering also is if you say they lost by 5 points, are they then going to only give ground on a 1 through 3 and then they still fall back in good order up to leadership 8? We'll see when the book comes out. And then you have break and flee. Now you can run 2d6, the other unit runs 2d6. If they catch you, you're chased down and killed. So what happens is you can run through other enemy units. You can take more wounds from that. You can run through your own unit and you can be safe. However, the unit pursuing you can crash into your unit. So I do think that's a bit interesting because it doesn't mention anything taking a panic check if you fail your break test. Which normally some units in the area would have to take a panic check if they were within range of watching this unit run, unless they had a special rule that said otherwise. Now, I think that's really freaking awesome. I think it's going to be for some really cool games, and it's going to kind of keep you from just getting your unit absolutely punked out by some glass cannon. Now, I'm sure there's going to be ways to exploit it, but for now, we're just looking at what we know. Now we're going to move to psychology here. We have fear, terror, stupidity, animosity, frenzy, unbreakable, stubborn, and hatred. Animosity's backwork players. High five, bump it, boom. I'm looking forward to that. Now, these all had their own special things. Honestly, it's hard to speculate. I don't want to sit here and say what all these are because it's probably going to change in this rulebook or at least have something added to it or taken away. But what we can look at here is we can look at the penalties for it. So if you cause fear and someone charges you, the person charging must take a leadership check, and if they fail, they can't charge. If they are in combat with you, like say your skeleton warriors, like the example here, they have to take a leadership check every round. If they fail, they're -1 to hit you, which before I believe you just counted as being weapon skill 1, which was still rough. Now, terror is even worse. If a person with terror decides to charge you, you have to take a leadership check before you can make a reaction. And if you fail that, you're booking it. So you better hope they don't catch you. Now, this is really interesting. Also, you'll be -1 to your leadership when taking your combat break test. It's pretty cool, but it seems like everything kind of got bumped up a leadership, so it'll accommodate for that. Sorry about that. Now, over here, we'll look at some of the rules. I'm not going to discern the special rules because I don't want to pretend like I know something that I don't know anything about. These rules could have changed. They could have stayed the same. We're just going to talk about what we know. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Pretty freaking beastly model here. You got movement 7, weapon skill 6, bliss skill 2, strength 6, toughness 5, 6 wounds, initiative 4, attacks 5, and leadership 9. Now, I think that that's interesting because when we look at the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, his ballistic skill went down 1. His toughness and strength have stayed the same. His wounds have stayed the same. He's still initiative 4, 5 attacks, and still leadership 9. And he kept a good chunk of the same rules. However, he gained in source of weapon and immune to psychology he already had. Anyways, it's going to be really interesting to see how he plays on the tabletop and how they move forward. I'm actually really excited for this. Really nice to see some of the profile come back. And nice to see that the stat line, for the most part, seemed to stay the same. Now they're going to touch on Frenzy. As someone who played a lot of Warriors of Chaos Khorne, Frenzy's a big thing. Pretty much it's going to operate somewhat the same way. You're going to have a mutant for your free tear. However, you're going to always have to charge. I'm sure you're going to have to take a leadership check to keep from charging, and you can't flee. Now, one thing I am wondering is, can you lose Frenzy like you could in the previous edition? Who knows? And then you can also cast Frenzy, which is cool. Okay, it's dark magic. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's interesting stuff. I'm honestly losing my voice. Like I said, real short. Thank y'all very much for showing up. Tomorrow, if my voice is good, the Beastman video will drop. I'm recording it today, so I'm going to relax my voice. And then Wednesday, the Dwarf video should drop. If for whatever reason my voice is a little hoarse, I'm going to record it today. But if I can do better tomorrow, I'll just push it one day to the right. So Wednesday and Thursday will be when those videos drop. And then this Friday is the last of the armies that will be being brought back to the old world. Wood Elves. And then after that, I'm going to take 1 week off. And then I'm going to jump right back into it with all the armies that are being put into Legends. I hope you all had a wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up down below. Let me know how the Hell Cannon lore video goes later on today. Peace.